Causes of evil actions, and we come to page 208. So the third line on that page. The 10 unwholesome actions are also called 10 dukkha-charitas, meaning evil conduct. No? Duk means evil, charita means conduct. Of the 10 evil actions, killing, harsh speech, and evil are accomplished by anger-rooted consciousness. Sexual misconduct, covetousness, and wrong view are accomplished by greed-rooted consciousness. Stealing, lying, slandering, and vain talk may be accomplished by either greed-rooted consciousness or anger-rooted consciousness. If somebody runs other people's property and steals it, so he steals it with greed-rooted consciousness. And sometimes people take other people's property, not for stealing, just to give trouble with that person. So in that case, he is taking the property with anger-rooted consciousness.
咁琴日咧，我哋有講咗十不善業嘅。咁十不善業入邊咧就有即係我哋207頁、808頁都有講啦。咁到最緊，咁頭先咧教授咧就總結咧，就係呢十不善業入邊咧就殺生啦、惡口啦。同埋有惡意咧，咁佢咧就係基於嗰個親心嘅親根心而生起嘅不善業啦。咁邪淫啦、貪啦，同埋邪見咧，就係係貪根心相應一齊生起嘅呢個不善心啦。咁偷盜啦、妄語啦、兩舌啦，同埋綺語咧，咁有可能咧係。一係就係貪根心咧，一係就係親根心，導致呢啲不善行不善法生起嘅。
Also then wholesome causes of actions we call kusala karma pathas, and they are known as sucharita. So sucharita is good, and the Su is good, charita is conduct, so good conduct. Now they are also divided into 3 groups in accordance with 3 types of karma.
咁咧，今日咧我哋就繼續講咧十善業嘅。咁十善業入邊咧就係、亦都咧有分成3組嘅。
So kusala kaya karma is wholesome moral bodily actions, moral bodily actions. They are just abstaining from 3 evil actions, like panatipada virati, avoidance of killing. Virati means avoidance or abstaining. Adinadana virati is abstaining from stealing. Kami summichachara virati, avoidance of sexual misconduct.
咁咧呢3組咧，第一組咧就係身口意入邊嘅身啦，身體嘅行為啦。咁善行入邊咧，我哋避免殺生啦，唔偷盜啦，同埋唔邪淫咧，呢3種咧都係善行嚟嘅。
Then we have 4 moral bhavo karma, vachi karma, bhavo karma, or they are bhavo actions. So musavada virati is avoidance of lying, and then pisuna vacha virati, avoidance of slandering, rusa vacha virati, avoidance of harsh speech, and sampapalapa virati, avoidance of vain talk. In other words, we should make use of true speech, conciliatory speech or friendly speech, my speech or sweet speech, and then beneficial or wise speech.
咁另外咧就有4種喺語義上面咧，即係語業上面咧嘅善行啦。咁第一種咧就係避免妄語啦，而即係講真實語啦。第二種咧就避免去離間啦。咁我哋咧就會換言之咧就係講一啲利於和合嘅語言啦。第三種咧就係避免惡口啦，而即係講咧我哋善行咧就係講一啲和善嘅語言啦。咁第四咧就係避免議語啦，唔講廢話啦。咁善行咧就係話咧我哋講一啲有利益嘅有用嘅説話。
Then we have 3 wholesome mental actions. Kusala mano kamma. Anabhidya is absence of covetousness, that is abstaining from plotting to get other people's property illegally. Abhidhamma is goodwill. Again, it is abstaining from plotting to destroy other people's properties and lives. And number 10, samadhi is the right view. That is the believing in karma and its result.
咁咧喺義業上面咧，就係我哋嘅心入邊在義上面咧，亦都有3種善業啦。第一種咧就係無貪嘅心啦，無私嘅心啦。咁第二咧就係一個善心啦、善意嘅心啦，係同呢個惡意係相反㗎啦。第三咧就係有一個正見啦，咁係同呢個邪見係相反嘅。
To know evil actions and moral actions clearly is very important. Very important. Just like Socrates, who is regarded as a very outstanding philosopher, so he said to know what is good and what is bad is very important. So if we know clearly, nobody, he said, what turn his back towards the good and perform the evil, the bad things. But he also admits that he didn't know what is good and what is bad. So, in the case of the Buddha, he described these 10 evil actions and the wholesome actions based on karma, and as a result. So some people, they may ask questions. Now, just by avoiding killing, how can you develop moral minds? Why do you call it moral actions? Because you don't perform the action yet. But in the case of the Buddha, he said, when, say, mosquito bites you painfully, so usually we become angry and we smash the mosquito to death. Now, when the mosquito bites you, to tolerate the pain and forgive the mosquito, that is very difficult. So the Buddha said tolerance or patience is the highest conduct. The highest conduct. Just like in Christianity they say forgiveness is divine. Also to tolerate and forgive your enemy, it is the attitude of like the attitude of the God. So God, he forgave the enemies like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, while he was on the cross, so people heard him say, "Oh God, please, please forgive them, because they are doing something that they don't understand." So forgiveness is divine, they say. And then when we forgive them, like not killing the mosquito, we are developing benevolence for the welfare of others, and also loving kindness. Loving kindness. To let all living beings live happily without any danger. So while we abstain from killing the mosquito, at that time we developed the very wholesome mind, moral minds by billions. So the Buddha, he described it as a moral action.
咁教授講咧，我哋可以分辨咩係善，咩係不善咧，係十分重要嘅。咁以前有個哲學家就講咧，知道咩係正，咩係邪咧，係好重要嘅。但係呢個哲學家咧，自己咧都好難嚟釐定咩嘢係正，咩嘢係邪啦。但係咧，我哋嘅佛陀咧，咁咧佢咧分善同埋不善咧，就基於嗰個因果報應嘅。嚟教導我哋咩係善，咩嘢係不善啦。咁例如咧，但係亦都有啲人講咧，佢話如果我哋淨係避免殺生，咁又點樣係算善業咧？又點樣培育啲善業咧？咁教授講咧，舉咗個例子就係話咧，例如如果我哋避免殺一隻咬我哋嘅蚊，雖然我哋可能俾佢咬到好痕或者好痛，但係我哋唔殺佢咧，我哋已經係心入邊咧產生咗大量嘅安忍嘅心啦、耐心啦，同埋呢個慈心嘅。咁頭先佢又講啦，佢話呢個寬容包容或者寬恕嘅心啦，喺好多宗教入邊咧都係認為係好高尚㗎啦。例如基督教都有講，即係寬容就係神聖㗎啦。咁所以咧呢啲咧都係一個好好嘅，即係我哋如果可以係避免殺生，當中咧我哋亦都培養係好多好多嘅善心嘅。
So at one time, the Buddha admonished his son, Rahula, who was a novice, only 7 years old. So he asked his son, "What is the mirror used for?" he said. So Rahula said, "Oh, it's for looking, for seeing our face and our body in the mirror, so that we can see the defects in the face or in the body." Well, the Buddha said, now in the same way, the Buddha said, if you intend to think, to speak, or to do something, so you please see first where this thought and speech or your action will cause harm to someone. If so, don't do it. If it does not cause any harm to anyone, then you do it. But while you do it, then you stop to see whether you have caused some harm to any living being. If so, stop it, don't do it. If not, you continue it. And when finished, you again look whether it has caused some harm to any living being. If so, don't do such thing again. If not, then you can do that thing again and again. So, when by this prescribing these 10 evil actions, then we avoid all the strong evil bodily actions, verbal actions, and mental actions. So these 10, we call it the 10 evil, the moral actions. So we can accomplish this just by observing 5 moral precepts. But we take the 5 moral precepts just now. So just undertaking 5 moral precepts, we have to abstain from all these 10 evil actions. So when we say the musawada viramni sikkhavadam samadhiyami, we abstain from speaking falsely. So the false speech is of 4 kinds, as given here. So it's lying, slandering, and then abusive language, and then even vain talk. In vain talk. So these are false speech, Buddha said. So by enjoying like the vain talk, you may talk something which is not true. And in your speech, you may cause some harm to some living beings, some person, you affect their dignity. So if so, you perform by immoral minds. Immoral minds arise during that time. And also in gossiping and talking friendly, the chatting, we just try to pass the time and enjoy it by lopa mula cheta, rooted consciousness. without any other intention. So the Buddha said during that time we forget meritorious deeds. So even by spending your time gossiping and chatting, so they can develop immoral karmas, and that can condition you to be reborn in the woeful state. So we should abstain from all this. And then he said we should also abstain those 3 evil mental actions. Because while you are plotting to kill, say, the insects in your house, during that time, the immoral minds arise by billions. So you get immoral karmas, and these karmas can also send you to the woeful state when you die. So now when we abstain from the killing from other living beings, then we will not plot how to kill them. And when we abstain from stealing, we don't plot how to get other people's property illegally. And the Buddha said among the 10 evil actions, the wrong view is the most heinous. It's the most heinous. So to be ignorant of karma and the result and don't believe in karma and result. It is the basic cause that the people perform all that and all the 10 immoral actions because of the wrong view. So the right view, when we get the right view, then if we really understand the right view, then about karma and result, we will abstain from all performing all these evil actions. Because in killing, even in mosquito, immoral karma arise by billions, and we have to be killed 1 billion times. So if we know that, we don't perform any evil actions anymore. So not just by observing 5 moral precepts, you let all living beings to live without any worry, without any danger, without any harm. So you let all living beings to live very happily, including the animals. We have to give regard to the animals because they also have the right to live happily. They have the right. So if we kill them, you will not be happy, the Buddha said, because immoral minds arise by billion. If you know karma and result, you have to worry all the time. All the time, this bad karma will send me to the woeful state when I die. You cannot be happy. So if you don't know that, then so the karma will act on you whether you know it or not, or break on you, and then you will be born in the woeful state, and it will be too late for you. You have to suffer there very miserably.
咁咧佛陀咧以前有個仔就叫羅睺羅嘅，佢好細個出家啦。咁佢喺做沙彌嘅時候咧，幾歲或者10歲左右嘅時候咧，佛陀咧有次同佢開示，就話問佢話鏡係用嚟做乜嘢嘅咧？咁羅睺羅咧就講，佢話咧係照自己咯，睇下自己嘅樣，睇下個身體有冇唔整齊啊等等嘅。咁佛陀咧就話咧正如咧即係好似要照鏡，我哋要照鏡檢視自己一樣。我哋咧亦都咧要檢視自己咧。當我哋講嘢嘅時候、諗嘢嘅時候、做嘢嘅時候咧，我哋都要好似鏡咁樣檢視自己。我而家做緊呢啲嘢咧，係唔係傷害緊其他嘅人？有冇傷害任何眾生？如果有嘅話咧，我哋就唔去做、唔去講、唔會去諗嘅。如果咧係冇嘅咧，先至去做。當我哋做咗嘅時候，過程當中咧，我哋都係咁樣檢視自己。我哋有冇繼續咁樣做，係咪帶俾人哋利益咧，定係傷害緊人哋？如果咧係傷害緊人哋咧，就停止去做。咁做完之後咧，亦都係咁樣去問自己，即係佛陀教佢自己個仔啦。咁所以咧呢個教授舉呢個例子咧，亦都係想大家明白咧，就係話咧嗰個身口意咧，乜嘢係善，乜嘢不善咧，係好重要嘅。因為咧我哋如果去做不善業咧，唔淨止傷害人哋咧，我哋始終係自己受嗰個果報嘅，即係自己受個果報啦。咁教授有舉例咧，就係話咧，好似我哋如果想真係去做避免呢啲不善業咧，最簡單就係守5戒啦。咁頭先我哋都有去持 即係持守呢5戒，唱誦個5戒啦。如果我哋可以持守好5戒咧，我哋可以避免做個不善業啦，大部分啦。咁佢頭先舉例咧就係不正當嘅語言啦。如果我哋可以持呢個正語戒咧，我哋就避免4種嘅語言上面嘅不善業啦。我哋唔會講傷害其他人嘅嘢啦。我哋講埋啲無謂嘢啦，可能而家係離間緊人啦。如果我哋講綺語咧，其實都係不停咁樣去消磨時間，係有我哋個貪根身係推動之下咧，係不停咁樣係貪心生出嚟講埋啲無謂嘢嘅。咁當我哋不停咁樣喺呢度係製造大量嘅不善心嘅時候咧，我哋完全就忘記咗做個善業嘅。咁呢啲不善嘅業咧，我哋而家學阿毗達摩咧，亦都即係我哋可以睇到咧，即係每一剎那嘅生氣咧，不善咧都會有個果報嘅。咁呢乃至到我哋結生嘅時候咧，好可能咧就係受呢個惡業嘅影響咯。咁教授另外舉個例子咧，喺意業上面，我哋心入邊咧，我哋都會小心啦。就算冇做到，成日喺度諗，譬如喺屋企諗點樣殺死屋企啲昆蟲啊，或者一齊共處嗰啲眾生啊，就算我哋冇做，其實我哋嘅心裏有殺意啦，即係已經做咗個業啦。咁呢啲業咧係會導致我哋自己有惡報嘅，呢啲不善，呢啲親因心嘅業。咁佢話最差嘅意業咧就係邪見啦。咁邪見入邊就係不信因果啦。如果我哋都唔相信我有惡報嘅話，即係直情可以打開中門，乜嘢都做得出㗎啦。咁所以咧最重要嘅就係嗰個邪見啦，唔相信因果。所以咧呢樣嘢係即係特別要小心嘅。咁教授咧就好強調我哋應該咧係盡量去持守好呢個戒啦，行善啦。而令到所有嘅眾生都可以平安快樂咁樣喺我哋嘅周圍生活，而唔受到威脅啦。
While the Buddha was traveling in Kosala country at one time, he came to a village by the name of Vedudwara village. The elders of the village, they asked the Buddha, now we have saved, we have collected some money from our work on agriculture and animal husbandry. And we like to live happily with our wife and children, enjoying the sense pleasure. But when we die, we like to be born in celestial realms. How should we live? So the Buddha told them, well, you can live very happily, enjoying your money with your wife and children, and when you die, you can be also born in the celestial realm. You have to do only 2 things. Only 2 things. First thing is you should keep 3-4 refuge very diligently. That means you should worship the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. That is number 1. And number 2 is you abstain from 3 evil bodily actions and 4 evil verbal speeches. So that means you just observe 5 moral precepts. 3-4 refuge and 5 moral precepts. So you just keep these 2 very diligently. You live happily and then enjoy sense pleasure, it's alright. Then when you die, you will be born in celestial realm. So, in Buddhism, just by observing these 3 moral, the 3-4 refuge, we can avoid to be reborn in a woeful state. The reason is the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, they are the noblest objects of veneration. The Buddha is really the holiest person, and he is the wisest person. So, and the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha, are all natural truths that can actually salvage you not to be born in a woeful state and can send you up to the Nibbana and free you from all suffering. And Sangha, the real Sangha are the noble persons. the 8 noble persons are called the Ariya Sangha, the real Sangha they are called. So they are also very, very noble persons. So when we worship to these, the threefold truth, we develop very strong moral minds, very strong moral karma, and they have the property to condition us to be born in the blissful realm, that is human realm and the celestial realm, again and again for many, many existences. So they do that. Now we can also observe 5 moral precepts. So these 5 moral precepts is a very noble and pure way of living. So we say you lead a pure life by observing 5 moral precepts. Because you cause no harm to any living being. You let all living beings to live very happy and well. So you have the best moral character by doing so.
咁咧，佛陀咧有一次咧去Kosala country 啦，即係一個城啦，叫做喬薩羅國啦。咁當時咧去到一個村莊咧，啲在家居士咧就問佛陀，就係話咧，我哋咧其實就好希望享用自己賺到嘅錢啦，同自己屋企人啦快快樂樂咁樣生活。但係咧，我哋亦都希望有一個好嘅投胎啦、投生啦。咁我哋點樣做啊？咁佛陀咧就講咧，佢話咧你係可以過好在家人嘅生活啦，享受你應得嘅利益啦，而享受感官嘅慾樂都冇問題嘅。但係有2樣嘢咧，你做咗之後咧，可以確保你有一個好嘅投生。第一個咧就係皈依三寶，咁第二咧就係持守5戒。咁只要做好呢2樣咧，就可以咧避免咧去投生喺惡道啦。咁三寶咧，我哋都知道咧係佛法僧啦。咁佛陀咧係一個即係最值得最有大智慧啦，同埋慈悲啦，同埋全知嘅覺悟咗嘅人啦。咁係最值得我哋去尊敬啦，同埋學習嘅啦。咁佛法咧就係呢個真實法啦，自然嘅規律咧，我哋去修學啦，即係去5戒咧，其中已經係佛法中嘅一部分啦。如果係去修學啦，亦都係好好嘅啦，當歸依咗佛法僧啦。咁真正嘅僧咧，僧團咧就係聖僧啦，就係我哋所講嘅4雙8輩啦。咁我哋前1、2日都有講過嘅。咁呢啲亦都係最值得我哋去尊敬供養學習嘅人啦。咁所以咧，如果我哋可以歸依呢啲係善法啦，培養呢個智慧啦，其實法僧就代表善啦同埋智慧啦。咁咧，我哋咧就係可以去，而且去做咧持戒啦，咁咧就可以避免去輪迴去惡道啦。如果我哋淨係持戒咧，我哋就可以過一個清淨嘅人生啦，去唔傷害其他眾生嘅。
Now, just by observing 5 moral precepts, we are developing compassion and loving kindness to all living beings. So the Buddha said, compassion and loving kindness bloom in a person of pure morality. So that this compassion and the loving kindness make this person to be most beautiful and most adorable. Every person would like him or her. Even celestial beings like her, like him. So you can be popular. You will be liked by all the people. So you can live very happily. And the Buddha, in the Asankhya Sutta, so he said, what do you want? Do you want to be rich and prosperous? Do you want to be successful in your business? Or do you want the popularity that all the people love you? Or do you want to be famous? And do you want even great power? So whatever you want, the Buddha said, just keep the morality, the 5 moral precepts pure. Just keep them pure. all the wishes of a person of pure morality will be fulfilled, the Buddha said. Because when you keep pure morality, your mind is pure. And you develop the billions of good karma, so this good karma will offer you all the good things in life.
咁咧持戒咧，如果持戒持得好咧，佢個宗旨咧，佢個帶俾嘅結果咧，就係一個人咧，真係可以做到真正嘅慈悲啦。因為咧，佢連心意咧，即係完全冇去傷害到其他眾生嘅。咁呢個真正嘅慈悲心咧，係可以導致一個人咧係被天人所愛戴啦。咁佛陀喺個經入邊咧就有講過咧，佢就問嗰個聽眾啦，就係話你喺世間想得到乜嘢啊？係咪想得到金錢啊、地位啊、名譽啊、人嘅愛戴啊、成功啊等等？無論你想要乜嘢嘢，只要你持戒清淨嘅話咧，你有個清淨嘅心咧，你嘅好嘅業報咧就會跟住嚟㗎啦。咁你做啲嘢咧亦都會成功嘅。
So, taking threefold refuge and observing the Panchasila, 5 precepts, is the basic practice of Buddhism. And it is very, very important and most beneficial practice. You have to regard them, to consider them very seriously. To keep this threefold refuge and 5 moral precepts pure. So, like in the West, some the learned people, they say, they state three statements, they say. Now they say, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. So when you lose all your wealth, so don't be disappointed, he said. You can make the wealth again. If you have the ability to walk, then you can get the wealth again. And number 2, when health is lost, they say, something is lost, but not everything is lost. Health is more important than wealth, more important than wealth. For you to live happily, and also to work for your family and for the country, and also for undertaking meditation. Good health is necessary. And then when character is lost, they say, everything is lost. So we determine the character of a person on the 5 moral precepts. So if he is stealing other people's property or robbing other people, cheating other people, and drinking and doing abusing language, then everybody say he has bad character. So he will be an outcast. And then when he died, he will be born in the woeful state. So he would lose his lives, many lives. So that's very correct when they say, when your character is lost, everything is lost.
咁咧教授咧就再三強調咧戒咧係三歸依同埋持戒咧係好重要嘅，喺佛教入邊咧呢兩個咧係最基本嘅修學嚟嘅。咁喺佢又舉例咧喺西方有一種講法咧，就係話咧，如果一個人咧唔見咗啲財產咧，其實冇嘢唔見嘅，因為你仲有得到啲財產嘅能力，所以唔使冇咩所謂。咁但係咧，當你唔見咗健康嘅時候咧，咁你咧就失去咗一啲嘢啦。因為冇咗健康咧，可能好多嘢做唔到。咁第三咧，呢個講法就係話咧，當你嘅德行唔見咗咧，咁你就乜嘢都唔見晒。咁咧，我哋喺佛教入邊嘅德行咧，就係等於我哋嘅持戒啦，我哋嘅美德啦，我哋嘅人生嘅原則啦，做嘢㗎啦。咁如果我哋冇咗呢啲嘢咧，即係其實冇咗呢個，即係對於善法係唔會再持守呢個善法，而對呢個不善法排開中門嘅時候咧，咁我哋乜嘢都做得出啦。咁同埋呢個惡報咧，亦都會即係我哋係做緊一啲嘢咧，導致我哋有惡報嘅。
On page 209, we have the topic Punya Kriya Vachut, 10 bases of meritorious actions. So, the Buddha, in addition, he also described here 10 causes of moral action, 10 bases of moral actions. which we can practice in this life, and we can accumulate great good karmas.
咁喺209頁咧，咁呢度有講咧有10種福報啦，或者善業啦，亦都係講係帶俾我哋善果嘅業啦，咁係令到我哋會有善報啦。
Shall we read together? So if you just listen, you will get sleepy. If you become active, so it's better. Okay, number 1, we call dana, giving charity or giving alms. So it is practicing of generosity. Number 2 is sila, morality, observing 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, etc. So the 8 precepts, 10 precepts, they are called higher morality. So when we undertake meditation very seriously in a meditation center, we have to observe these 8 precepts. Number 3, bhavana, meditation. So including both tranquility meditation and insight meditation that we call vipassana. Number 4 is apachayana. So you have to put in 1A, APA, APA. So you have to put in 1A. Apachayana, apachayana.